Hello students. Now in this video let's continue the problem on optimal solution for a TP or of a TP. Example, following is a solution given to a TP. Now what was that? It is given now here warehouses are given. So it is first, second, third and fourth. Here supply. Here plants. So A, B and C, and here demand. The costs are 5, 10, 4, 5 and the supply is 10 here. Then 6, 8, 7 and 7. The supply is 25. Again here 4, 2, 5 and 5 and the supply is 20 and the demands are 25, 10, 15, 5 and the total of this one it is 55. This is also what 55. So it is balanced and the allocations are here it will be 10 given in given one, it will be 20, this is 5 here 5, 10 and 5. As such it is given. Now what the question is further, where the TP cost per unit is written in the top right and the number in the circle is the allocation made. Now the question is that answer the following questions. Answer the following questions. So first question is that, is this solution feasible? Second, is this solution degenerate? And the third, is this solution optimal? These are the questions here. Now we have to write the answer for this question. There is 3 questions for this given TP with allocations. Now look at here. Here the supply is 10. So here 10 is satisfied. 20 plus 5, so 25 here satisfied. 5 plus 10, 15 plus 5, 20 will be satisfied. 20 plus 5 will be 25. Again 10 is satisfied. Here 15 is satisfied. 5 is satisfied. So all the demands and constraints are satisfied. Means what? This solution is a feasible solution. And it is a balanced TP. So simply we have to check whether the demands and supply are satisfied or not. So it satisfies it. So the solution is what? A feasible solution. Now the question is left for degenerate. For degenerate, what we know, if the solution is the feasible solution obtained, if it is basic feasible, then it is non-degenerate. So now number of rows are 3 and number of columns are 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7 minus 1 will be 6. And how many number of allocations are here? 6. So if number of allocations equal to the m plus n minus 1, then we know the given solution is basic feasible solution. Given feasible solution is a basic feasible solution. Therefore, it is basic feasible means it is non-degenerate. So it is not degenerate. Fine. Now we have to check for optimality. So for that we need to apply the UV test. So let me go further. Simply first of all let me write the answers of these 2 questions. Later on we will go further. So here let's write the answer for them. As I discussed, solution or the answer you can say. First, since summation supply equal to summation demand implies TP is balanced. TP is balanced. And hence a feasible solution as it satisfies all the demand and supply constraints. Demand and supply constraints. Now second, since total number of allocations equal to 6, that is equal to m plus n minus 1, that is 3 plus 4 minus 1, implies given solution is basic feasible solution. It is non-degenerate. Hence it is not degenerate. Okay. Now for optimality, let's go for that. Third part, optimality test. So now let's prepare a table first. 5, 10, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 7. Then 4, 2, 5, 5. So here 10, here 20, 5, 5, 10, 5. Okay, now let's determine UV. UIs are Vj's. So U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3 and V4. Now like last video, let me give these things orally itself so that you can do them orally. If you want to write them in theoretical way, you can do that one also. That part also I had taken before. Now here this row has maximum allocation, so let me take U3 as 0. We have to take one of them as 0. So U3 I had taken 0. So now using U3 I can determine wherever the allocations, those things I can determine. So U3, in this third row we have the allocation as this 3-1 cell, 3-2 and 3-3 cell. So we can determine V1, V2 and V3 from that. Now V1 plus U3 is equal to 4. So V1 is how much? 4. V2 plus U3 is equal to 2. So it will be 2. V3 plus U3 is equal to 5. So it will be 5. Cost. We have to look for cost. Don't look for allocations. Don't do these mistakes now. Wait. Now from V1 we can determine U2. So V1 plus U2 is equal to 6. So 4 plus what equal to 6. So 4 plus 2 equal to what? 6. So it will be 2. Now as it is 2, so now here the allocation is there. So from this we can determine V4. So now 2 plus what equal to 7. So 2 plus 5 equal to what? 7. Now again the next one, here from this V3, here there will be allocation. So from V3 we can determine U1. So 5 plus what will be what? 4. These two, addition of them will be what? This cost. Ui plus Vj is equal to Cij. So 5 plus minus 1, 5 plus minus 1 equal to what? 4. 5 plus minus 1 equal to 4. Now once finding Ui Vj, that is a calculation for occupied cell. Now let's do the calculation for unoccupied cell. So for that we have to determine these delta ij's. So let me determine all delta ij's directly without writing them in detail. Now here simply we have to add these and subtract this cost from it. Ui plus Vj minus Cij will be what? Delta ij, the result for that. Fine. Now 4 plus minus 1 will be 3. 3 minus 5 will be how much? Minus 2. This delta ij is minus 2. Then 2 plus minus 1 will be 1. 1 minus 10 will be minus 9. Fine. Then next this one. 5 minus 1 will be 4. 4 minus 5 will be minus 1. Now 2 and this 2, we have to add them. Here it will be negative, that's why I have been subtracted. So 2 plus 2 will be 4. 4 minus 8, so minus 4. Fine. Now 5 plus 2, 7. 7 minus 7 will be 0. Then 5 plus 0 is 5 minus 5, so it is again what? 0. Now according to UV test or the modified distribution test, we can say this is an optimal solution but not a unique solution. Here we got 2 delta ij's are 0, means this problem has an alternate solution. Otherwise all other delta ij's are what? Negative. It is an optimal. When it is not optimal, when we need the improvable, that time delta ij should be positive, then it is not optimal. This is an optimal but not unique. Simply we get the alternate solution here. So how does we write that? We can say since all delta ij less equal 0 implies current solution is optimal. Current solution is optimal solution. Optimal solution. Therefore, optimal cost is 10 into 4 plus 20 into 6 plus 5 into 7 plus 5 into 4 plus 10 into 2 plus 5 into 5. So that is 260 rupees. Rupees 260. But the, what can we say, this delta 2 3 and delta 3 4. Delta 2 3 is 0 and delta 3 4 is also what? 0. So it implies we have two more solutions. Two more solutions. So for delta 2 3 equal to 0. For delta 2 3 equal to 0, let's do the new allocations. So for that we need to form a loop and then we can go for new allocation here. So we can form a loop in this table itself. Okay, so let's form a loop here first. So now we have to take delta 230, means we will start from this cell. So if we will start from this cell, then if we go to this side, then there will be no allocation. So we cannot go in this as such, we cannot do such a slant line. If we will go this side, then here there will be no allocation. Again we cannot go such, we cannot do slant line. Fine. So here, from here we can go here, then we can go here, here and then here. If we go up to this one, then here there will be no allocation. Again we cannot go as such. Fine. Remember these things. And here we cannot consider this one because 3 allocations should not in a same row or same column in row loop. So we won't consider this 10, while we will consider only these allocations here. Okay. So let's form a loop there first. Then we will find a new allocation and then we will go further. Okay. Now, is it okay to you? I am forming a loop from this location. Okay. I will go to this side in this direction. Then I am going here. This is my new point. This is my one point. This is my next point. This is one. And then I will come again to my original position. So here I haven't taken this. Here in this side I am going only. Now here I am writing plus theta, here minus theta, here again plus theta and minus theta. You know, for new allocation we are taking minimum of minus theta. So minimum of minus theta is 5. So we will add that 5 at plus theta position and we will subtract that 5 from minus theta position. Remember that thing. Fine. Now let me prepare a table and I will write those things here. So let me prepare a table first for delta 2 3, that new solution. 5, 10, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 7. So 4, 2, 5, 5. Now before going further, let me write here about the new allocation. So here I must write this. This implies new allocation equal to minimum of minus theta. That will be minimum of whom? This 5 and 20. Minimum of 5 and 20, and that will be how much? 5. So now we can write the allocations here. So here it is as it is 10, here this 5 as it is 5, here this 10 as it is. Now simply I will subtract 5 from minus theta position and add 5 in plus theta position. So let me start from this cell itself. So here there will be no allocation, so I will add 5. So our new allocation will be 5 there. Here we have to subtract, so no allocation will occur now. Here we have to add 5, so we will get 10, and here we have to subtract, so we will get 15. Okay, so as such this new solution occur. Now again for this solution also we will check is it optimal or not. Remember this thing, always we have to do this, and find the TP cost for this one also. Okay, the TP cost, if it will be the alternate solution for the same, then we will get it is optimal also, as well as the TP cost will be same one, just like a previous one. Okay, that is what it will be, that what was 260, it is same as 260. Okay? So now let me find out UI VJs and let's check it is optimal or not. So now here U1, U2, U3, again V1, V2, V3, V4. So now again what happened, in second row there are 3 allocations, so we can take it at 0. Now from that, wherever the allocation, those VJs we can find out. So U2 0, so U2 plus V4 is 7, so I will write 7 here. This again, this addition is again 7, so 7 is here. Again this addition is what? 6, so 6 is here. So once we find them, we can find other. So now 6 is here, 4 is here. So 6 plus what will be 4? So it will be minus 2. It is what? Minus 2. Then once we get minus 2, so what? Minus 2 plus what will be what? 2. So it will be 4. 4 minus 2 will be 2. Then 7 plus what will be what? 4. So it will be how much? Minus 3. 7 plus minus 3 will be what? 4. So now from that find out delta ij's now. So here, fine. Now if you remember, this 5 allocation we have been taken from the here. Previously it is here. So now due to that here we got a 0. Now what happened? Here we will get a 0. It will be same one. If it will be 0, then we get the same solution like a previous one, what is given to us. Fine. Now addition of these two will be what? 3 minus 5. So minus 2. Again addition of these two is how much? 1. 1 minus 10 will be what? Minus 9. Again these two will be what? 4. Addition of them. 4 minus 5 will be minus 1. Again addition of these one will be 4. 4 minus 8 will be minus 4. Addition of these 5. 5 minus 5 we get 0. 7 minus 2 will be 5. Minus 5 is again 0. Here also we get a 0 again. Fine. Now next part, we will find out alternate solution for what? For delta 3 4 is equal to 0. This is also an optimal solution. Fine. So now here simply check a TP cost. So let me write TP cost equal to, what is this, 10 plus 10 into 40 plus 15 into 6 plus 5 into 7 plus 5 into 7 plus 10 into 4 plus 10 into 2, and you can check it will be what, 260. I had found it, so it is also 260. Now let's do for delta 3 4. For delta 3 4 equal to what? 0. Now for that again I need to form the previous table, so let me form that. Simply I will form the allocations. So here 5, 10, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 7, 4, 2, 5, 5, and the allocations are here 10, here 20, here 5, 5, 10, 5, okay, and delta ij's, here it is, here there will be no 5, I think this 5 is here, it is not here, sorry. Here delta ij 0, here delta ij 0, here it will be what, -2, -9, here it is -1, this is -4, and here we at these two positions we get 0. Fine. Now from this position we have to form a loop. So from here either we can go here or here. If I go here, then I have an allocation here, but I don't have an allocation here to come here again. Fine. Now if I go here, then I have an allocation here, then again here, and then here. These two are not considered in between them. So my next position is this, then again next position will be this one, and then this one. Remember this. So here I will go, then I will come here. Here remember these things are very important for understanding. Then here, as such a square loop we are forming. So I will go here, 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 and then here. Fine. So this is our loop here. So now according to loop, let me form the allocations. So for that, new allocation equal to minimum of minus theta equal to minimum of, here let's write plus theta, it is minus theta, again plus theta and minus theta. So minimum of minus theta is what? 5. So here 5 comma 5, so it will be 5. Fine. So that minus, we have to add that new allocation at plus theta position, and we will subtract it from minus theta position. So let's form that table now. So here 5, 10, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 7, 4, 2, 5, 5. Now this 10 as it is, this 5 as it is, this 10 as it is. Fine. Now here at plus theta position I will add 5. So 5 I am adding. I will subtract 5 from here. I will add 5 here, so it will be 25. And I will subtract from 5 from here. Okay. Now let's find out Ui and Vj. So U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3 and V4. So here there are 3 allocations. So U3 I am taking 0. So U3 is 0. So due to that V4 will be 5. V3 is 5 and V2 is what? 2. So now once we get V3, we can get U1. Okay. So now V3 is 5. So U1 is what? Minus 1. V3 plus what will be 4. Fine. Now again V1 and U2 we are unable to determine. Here we cannot determine these one because we don't have the value of V1 as well as of U2 also. So now why does this thing occur? But it is an alternate solution. This one also gives a TP cost 260. You can check that part. Okay. But here what happened? While finding this new alternate solution for delta 34 is equal to 0. Look at the allocations. How many allocations we have? 1 plus 2 plus 3, 4. So we have only 5 allocations. But our basic allocations are 6. Means now this one will become a degenerate solution. Because our n plus n minus 1 is how much? 6. So this will, here the degeneracy occur. But this is also a solution and this is a degenerate solution. But it is optimal. It is optimal. And what can we say? This one also gives the same TP cost. So TP cost is what? 10 into 4 plus 25 into 6 plus 10 into 2 plus 5 into 5 plus 5 into 5. So this is again how much? 260 rupees. So what can we say? The solutions to given TP are what are they? They are first one, x13 is equal to 10, x21 equal to 20, x24 is equal to 5, x31 is equal to 5, x32 is equal to 10, x33 equal to 5. Again second, x13 is equal to 10. This is 10. Next, x21 is equal to 15. x23 is equal to 5. x24 is equal to 5. Then x31 is equal to 10. x32 is equal to 10. Okay. Third, x13 is equal to 10. x21 is equal to 25. x32 is equal to 10. x33 equal to 5 and x34 equal to 5. with cost, with transportation cost equal to how much? Rupees 260. This is a solution here, and all these are optimal alternate solutions, and this one is degenerate also. So here somewhere you can take the smallest value, smallest allocation, small value allocation, that will be epsilon. So here 4 is the smallest value in unoccupied cells. Here we can take epsilon, and that epsilon if we take, then u3, from u3 we can determine v4. V1 will be 4. If v1 is 4, then u2 will be how much? 2. So using that we can determine delta Ij. So now here 4 minus 1 will be 3, 3 minus 5 will be what? Minus 2 again. Next, this is 1, 1 minus 10 is how much? Minus 9. This is 4, 4 minus 5 is minus 1. Okay. Here 4, 4 minus 8 is how much? Minus 4. Here 7 minus 7 is what? 0. And here again 7 minus 7 is again 0. Fine. So look at all delta Ij's are less equal 0. Now if you have a doubt here, this 4 into epsilon will occur. So here 4 epsilon is extra, but epsilon is a very negligible value, so it is approximately 260 rupees. Fine. So this is very negligible thing. So very smallest value. So remove it, neglect it, simply take the round figure, whatever the figure occur in number, that will be 260. So here we can say this, here I can write x31 is equal to what? Epsilon. Or if we won't write it, it doesn't affect. Then it will become a non-degenerate, and we can check it is optimal or not. So this is about the alternate solution case. Now let me give one example as a homework to you. Solve that one for a homework, and the same questions are there. That is this feasible, it is degenerate, or it is optimal or not. Now let me give a problem to you. Homework. Following is a solution of a TP supplies 30, 40 and then 30 again. And the demand is 20, 25, 20, 35. The total is again 100. You can check it. Now the other thing is what? Here the allocations 10, 5, 10, here 20, here 35, and here 20. Okay. Again the question is that answer the questions. Answer the questions. Questions are: first, is this solution feasible. Second, is this solution degenerate? Third, is this solution optimal? Solve it and share your answer with me. Okay, now this is about this video. Next video we will see optimality for unbalanced TP. Yet today we have seen all the problems for balanced TP. Now let's see for unbalanced TP. Thank you.